Hey everybody, Chuck here. In this video, I want to take a quick look at operational videos. Just got done doing a quick video looking and talking a bit about financial measurements. Now we want to look at the operational side of things, the supply chain side, and things we need to think about. So let me jump over here and share a quick screen with you here, and away we go here. So, when we talk about operational metrics and such. So some of the more common ones that we see are customer service levels, as an examples, or order fill rate. Order fill rate. And so we see things like OTIF, on time in full, when we look at it and that stuff. Stock out percentages. Those are very much geared, they are operational. They're definitely geared towards the customer focus, which is important because that's what pays our bills and where we get our revenue from and such as that. But I think also as part of supply chain, we look to things like the SCORE DS model that comes out of ASCM. And I'm certainly not going to be perfect at it explaining it here. And I would encourage you to get out to ASCM's website and look at it because it really is something fabulous. But it looks at part of the metric, okay, when we end up looking at it. And part of the importance of the SCORE model gets to be keeping consistency across the organization, across the supply chain, the partners in the supply chain, gets everybody talking the same level. But we look at things like plan, source, transform, deliver, return, orchestrate. How do we do all these activities? How do we perform the processes? And if you go look at the SCORE DS model, you'll see it has metrics that it classifies as critical and important for everybody to be looking at it the same way. And so, it helps us understand how our processes are performing and get everybody talking the same language again. I think I'd add also, just for myself, it's not different from SCORE DS. I think you would find it also within the SCORE DS model. I tend to look at it a little bit more simplistically because I always worry about we're going to get too many measurements, and it seems like the more measurements we have, the more confusing it gets. And so, I look at it in terms of measurements on supply versus demand. We even have enough or we don't, and if we don't, what are we going to do about it? Or looking at things like our lead time versus customer lead time, because whenever the customer wants it faster than we can make it, we got challenges ahead of us. And then certainly capacity versus load. Do we have enough resources or not? Dollars in versus dollars out. Are we making money at it? And so I think you'll see as you look at this, it ties back into SCORE model and some of the other ones out there. But SCORE DS is a great framework. But we're trying to understand how well we're doing in building and maintaining and being successful at managing the supply chain and meeting the needs of the customers. And so we're trying to identify those key metrics. Don't want too many of them because then they start bumping into each other, of course. But what are those key metrics that tell us the health of our supply chain? And are we meeting the most important measurements as we define it for our business and our market to tell us whether or not our supply chain is succeeding?